While watching bullish price actions, let us inform you our review on OSRH. OSR Holdings Incorporated is a global healthcare company working to push the boundaries of medicine and improve people's lives. They're not just focused on one area. They've got a diversified approach, with 3 wholly owned subsidiaries tackling some big challenges in healthcare. One is developing oral immunotherapies for cancer. Another is working on biologics designed to address age-related and degenerative diseases. And the third is handling neurovascular medical device distribution in Korea. With operations spanning the United States, Europe, and South Korea, OSR is positioning itself as a serious player in the healthcare space. And today's market reaction proves that investors are paying attention. And let's talk about that reaction because, wow, this stock absolutely exploded today. Pre-market, it was already up 159%. And even by the close, it held on to a massive 136% gain. That kind of move isn't just a lucky break. That's a sign that something big just happened. And in OSR's case, it was 2 major announcements hitting at the same time. First, the big one, clinical trial results. Vaxim AG, OSR's subsidiary focused on oral immunotherapy for cancer, released data showing that patients who responded to treatment experienced a decrease in tumor size. That is huge. In the biotech world, when a company moves from theoretical potential to real, measurable results in actual human patients, it's a game changer. Cancer treatment is one of the most challenging and competitive areas of medicine, and for a company to demonstrate that their therapy is making an impact, it's an absolute milestone. Biotech investors know this all too well. There are so many companies that have promising early research, only for it to fall apart in human trials. That's why this news is so significant. It's not just another company with an interesting idea. It's proof that OSR's approach is working in real-world conditions. That's why the stock price exploded. Cancer immunotherapy is one of the most lucrative and highly competitive spaces in the pharmaceutical world. Companies that break through in this area aren't just working on something small. This is potentially a multi-billion-dollar opportunity. If OSR can keep this momentum going and get their treatment through additional trials and eventually into the hands of regulators like the FDA and EMA, this could turn into a massive success story. But that wasn't the only reason OSR Holdings was the talk of the market today. The company also made a major executive move, appointing Dr. Constance Hofer as their new Chief Scientific Officer. This might not seem as flashy as the clinical trial results, but in the biotech world, leadership matters just as much as the science. You can have the most promising therapy in the world, but if you don't have the right team in place to develop, scale, and commercialize it, things can fall apart fast. Dr. Hofer's background in pharmaceutical research and development makes her the kind of leader who can help take OSR's pipeline from promising early results to a real, commercially viable treatment. Her appointment sends a clear signal that OSR isn't just hoping for success. They're actively bringing in the talent needed to make it happen. So, what does this all mean moving forward? Well, today's stock surge makes perfect sense. A breakthrough, clinical development combined with a strategic leadership appointment. That's exactly the kind of news that can fuel a big move like this. But now comes the next phase. The big question for investors is, does this rally have staying power? Or was today just a short-term spike driven by excitement? Short-term, there's bound to be some volatility. Any stock that jumps over 100% in a single day is going to see some wild swings in the next few sessions. Some traders who got in early might start taking profits, and the stock could pull back before finding a more stable level. That's just how the market works. But for long-term investors, what really matters is what happens next. There are a few key things to watch now. First, more clinical data. Today's results were incredibly promising, but biotech stocks live and die by consistent progress. Investors will be watching for follow-up data, larger patient sample sizes, and eventually regulatory approvals. The early signs are great, but the company will need to keep delivering strong results to maintain investor confidence. Then, there's the regulatory pathway. Biotech companies don't make money just by developing a great treatment. They have to navigate the FDA, the EMA, and other regulatory agencies around the world. The approval process can be long and complicated, and investors will be paying close attention to how OSR approaches it. Another major factor is commercialization. OSR now has to figure out how they're going to bring this therapy to market. Are they going to partner with a larger pharmaceutical company? Try to go it alone? Seek additional funding? These are all key strategic decisions that could make or break the company's future. And let's not forget that OSR Holdings isn't just about cancer treatment. They also have two other major divisions: biologics for age-related diseases and neurovascular medical devices. If those areas start showing progress as well, this company could have multiple revenue streams and a broader impact in the healthcare world. So, where does this leave investors? If you're a short-term trader, you probably had an amazing day. The stock's massive spike gave plenty of opportunities for quick profits. But for long-term investors, this is where it gets really interesting. OSR Holdings is no longer just a small healthcare company flying under the radar. They've proven that they have a real, working therapy that's showing results, and they're building out a leadership team to take it to the next level. The next few months will be crucial. If OSR can keep the positive news coming with more strong clinical data, strategic partnerships, and a clear regulatory pathway, this could be the start of something much bigger. But as with any biotech stock, there are risks. Setbacks, delays, or unexpected challenges could slow things down. That's just the nature of the industry. One thing's for sure, though, OSR Holdings is now on the map in a big way. This stock just became a must-watch for biotech investors. And if they can keep delivering results, today's 136% gain might just be the beginning of a much bigger story. Please subscribe, give the video a like, and watch more from our playlist. Thanks.